if Karzai is returned to office now because of Dostum as his supporter, then hopes for anti-corruption, good governance, and the rest are going to be rather bleak in the new second round of a Karzai administration. On the other hand, if we go to a second round runoff, then really all bets are off. I don't think anyone really knows what a second round is going to look like. There are several scenarios, and there are intricate linkages between them, all of which are very complex. One scenario you will hear a lot of is that there's going to be a backroom deal, that Karzai and Abdullah, if they go to a second round, will somehow come to an arrangement which will obviate the need for an election, and they'll share power. I'm skeptical of this. Certainly possible. Politicians making deals happens everywhere. But I think at this point, if Abdullah does get to a second round, the desire to see if he can actually win the whole thing is going to be overwhelming. Secondly, there's going to be a lot of other deals going on. If Mr. Dostum can endorse Karzai in the first round, he can also not endorse him in the second round. And there are a lot of other Afghan politicians and warlords who will be in exactly the same business, all of whom will be looking for promises for what job they're going to get in the next administration. Thirdly, the Taliban and al-Qaeda are certainly going to make a higher priority than ever before to do something they singularly failed to do in the run-up to this election, which is assassinate one of the candidates. Had the Taliban assassinated any of the 40-some-odd candidates, the election would have automatically been postponed, even if it was the least important of the 40. If they were successful in going after either Karzai or Abdullah, they will throw the whole thing back up into the air. And finally, we may have a disputed outcome. The odds certainly favor, if the first round is full of fraud, allegations of fraud in the second round. But there is a fifth possibility which should offer us some measure of hope, which is if there is a second round, it provides almost immediately credibility and legitimacy to the process. More democracy is better than less democracy. And having a second round in which there is a real runoff between two individuals will send a message to Afghans that voting counts, just as it does in any electoral process. This will be a significant boost for the credibility of whomever wins in a second round, and it will provide the basis for NATO's opportunity for its last chance.